Hello viewers, let's take a look at this story from the Standard newspaper dated the 20th of November 2025. Victims outraged after $1 billion erased from Jammeh assets used without reparations. Following Tuesday's revelation by the governor of the central bank that over $1 billion is raised from the sale of former President Jammeh's assets have been deposited and spent by the government. The victims of the former president have once again condemned the government for its lack of political will to deliver promised reparations. The coordinator of the Gambia Victims Center, Jammeh, told the Standard yesterday that survivors and families of victims feel betrayed and marginalized, accusing the government of stalling and neglecting its moral and legal obligations to address the issue of reparations. I quote, "It is disheartening and disappointing that the government decided to use the over $1 billion proceeds made from the sale of Jammeh's assets on other things different from the welfare of the victims. The promise they made to TRRC was they will fund reparation and other matters affecting the victims from the proceedings of Jammeh's assets. But that never happened because some people are saying even the $50 million that was given to the TRRC was donated by the Senegalese government," Jammeh lamented. He said, "Victims from all corners of the Gambia have voiced frustrations that the administration, despite repeated assurances, has yet to create a credible, transparent framework for reparations." He recalled the public commitments made by the government officials who assured the compensation, rehabilitation, and acknowledgement would follow the Truth, Reconciliation and Reparation Commission's findings. However, tangible actions remain elusive, Jammeh said. He said the reparations issue is not merely about financial compensation. For victims, it represents national reckoning and a restoration of dignity because Jammeh's regime left thousands subjected to arbitrary arrest, torture, disappearances, and killings, corroding families and communities. The issue of government funding reparations for victims has been a very big challenge. When the TRRC was established in 2018, the government promised to give them over $280 million for victims' reparation and all other expenses, but unfortunately, the government only gives $50 million to the TRRC, Jammeh added. He disclosed that out of the $50 million, the TRRC gave $13 million for the interim reparations and medical expenses for sick victims. I quote, "By the time the TRRC was concluded, they only had $33 million left from the $50 million, and that is the money they used as reparations. This is why the victims whose reparations were more than $50,000 were given advance of 19%, and they were told by the TRRC that the government will pay the remaining balance, but the balance is still pending." He added that, though the Reparations Commission was established by the government in April this year to take care of the reparations as per the TRRC recommendations, victims are still waiting for their reparations. What we have right now is $30 million, $20 million for reparations, and $10 million for Reparations Commission's operations. Mr. Jammeh argued that the government only allocated $30 million for the reparations in the 2025 and 2026 budgets. He said, "Considering the number of waiting for reparations, $30 million is grossly inadequate, and the issue of reparations will continue to be a big challenge. The Victims Center and the entire victims community is worried and concerned about the manner in which the government is handling the issue," he said. He said the center is also disheartened by the fact that a good number of Jammeh's victims have passed away. Over 170 victims have died so far, and we are counting. Several victims who went to the TRRC and were waiting for reparations have also passed away due to medical complications, so it is very disappointing that victims had to continue to wait for reparations, Jammeh said. I am Binta Dabo Jawo, and thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. Bye.